As you can see, the Way of Water Avatar is hunting down Titanic at the box office. It has already passed Titanic overseas in terms of its overseas performance. Number 3 in the all-time box office. In terms of all-time cumulative grossings, worldwide, still number 4 behind Titanic, but it's only something, and we'll bring the numbers up, I'll get into the numbers, but it's so impressive. This movie has finally passed, I believe it was The Force Awakens, to hit number 4 all time. James Cameron has 3 movies in the top 4 all-time grossing list. It is outstanding. It is batshit crazy. This is one man with his mind adapting things, and in Avatar's case, well, I mean, he was adapting Fern Gully with impressive technical stuff, but it was his mind. He was doing something unique-ish with the concept, and he's fucking grossed, I mean, was it like 4 billion or something? More than that, 5 billion at the box office. It's mind-boggling how much of a behemoth this guy is in terms of box office power. And look, man, I haven't seen the movie in the theatres, albeit only once. There must be people going back watching it again and again and again to really power this movie to the numbers we're seeing. I haven't seen it in the theatre. I understand why it's doing so well. It's a technical experience. It is unparalleled. It is simply stupendous what the man has accomplished. Certainly with the water effects mixing with the CG, the scale of it is insane. Again, he's proven that he is the only person who should be touching 3D, because whilst it can be gimmicky and certainly it mucks your eyes up for an extended period, not just at the start of the movie but certainly an hour after the movie, only he can really deliver that brilliant experience that just envelops you all the more into the world that he has crafted. Thoroughly deserving of the grossings we're seeing here. As you can see, it's coming in from Deadline. They've updated it, has overtaken the filmmaker's own Titanic at the international box office with an estimated 1.538 billion through Sunday. And it will have grossed more by this point. Let's be honest, this is Tuesday as I'm recording this. 2 further days of grossings. This movie will be further up the box office at this point. I think it's lost its number 1 spot to A Knock at the Cabin, whatever it's called. The M. Night Shyamalan movie, it's just come out. But this movie is going strong, man. And again, you have to really put it into perspective. This movie's been out for nearly 3 months. 3 fucking months. And it's still, that's it, just lost number 1 at the box office in 3 months. The legs that this man's movies possess is just unbelievable. It is otherworldly. He knows what he's doing. He did it with Avatar. He's done it again with Way of Water. It's not quite reached the unbelievable success that Avatar, the original, experienced, but still incredible numbers, man. That makes it the number 3 movie of all time abroad, overseas, whatever adjective you want to use, behind the original Avatar and Endgame, which of course are 2 of the most successful movies of all time. And I'm sure Endgame will regain that top spot when Marvel and Disney have other Avengers movies to promote. Lord knows Titanic is getting another re-release, so maybe it'll even overtake Avatar Way of Water again. I doubt it, but you never fucking know. Globally, the Way of Water reached 2.174 billion. That's a billion. That is definitely a billion. I don't know why they put an M there. It's 2.174 billion. Through the 8th weekend, it's 2 months out, man. It's 2 fucking months out. It's not even 3 months, it's 2 months. Well over $2 billion. It is mind-blowing. Putting Titanic in its sights on a worldwide basis. However, the Big Boat movie is getting a re-release this coming week, so rankings will depend on what kind of numbers it generates as the 2 films likely play tag next session. I've never seen Titanic in the theatres. That's something that I'd actually been intrigued to go and see. I really did love Titanic back in the day. Was obsessed with boats. My late grandfather sort of instilled that in me, regaling me of World War tales of Dunkirk and stuff like that. I also had this slight obsession with Titanic, the tragedy, and just the actual ship itself, this impenetrable, world's fucking safest ship, obviously what happened to it. So when that actually get adapted to big movie, I was obsessed with that movie as a kid, but never seen it in the theatres. So that's interesting that it's getting a re-release. I actually may try and pop along to a theatre and see that. But as you can see here, I'm going to bring the numbers up. Number 4 in the box office, all time, lifetime, whatever, again, adjective you want to use, grossings. Avatar way out in front. It's touching nearly 3 billion. I'm sure it will at some point. Obviously, Endgame's not far behind it in terms of its all-time box office. Domestic, you can see the breakdowns there. And in terms of actual breakdowns, Avatar, just this, I mean, look at The Force Awakens. That was fucking just ridiculous, wasn't it? Top Gun Maverick as well. The Americans really did propel that. Those movies. Black Panther as well, to ungodly levels. I'm getting an incredible itch in my throat. I'm going to have to drink. And cough. Just incredible. But as you can see, Avatar The Way of Water, number 4. As I speak, it is only $18 million shy of Titanic in the all-time grossings. You have to think, as I predicted about a month ago, that this movie is going to take Titanic. You have to think it's going to become number 3 in the all-time grossings. And again, it's not going to matter much to James Cameron, but I long for that moment when James gets to sort of... Well, I don't know if they do it for 3 and 4, overtaking, but I know 1 and 2. Once one overtakes, they sort of write a little message to the studio. Does James write a message? Does he just doodle like a ship sinking and write to himself, congratulations on becoming number 3? I don't know. It's James Cameron's world, and we're all just living in it, really, in terms of box office. It's a fucking joke. It's insane. Absolutely insane. Hats off to him. What a guy.